online. Today we are sitting with Director Forace Polymers, Sonia Garg ji. She is also heading CII as the President of Uttarakhand. Ma'am, welcome to our channel, and I would like to know about what is Forace Polymers all about.
Well, Forace is the largest manufacturer of phenolic resins in India. We are being rated as the top 500 fast-growing companies in India. Currently, we are having a turnover of around 650 crores, and we are, as I said, we are rising very fast.
So, it is among the top 500 companies in India. So, of course, it's a very big thing for all our viewers to know about Forace Polymers.
I'll just correct one thing. We are rated as the fastest growing companies in the 500 list.
Fastest growing company. Okay, okay, ma'am. But then again, there are n number of companies flourishing in India, and it's the fastest growing. So of course, it's a blessing. Of course, I may say. Well, it is not easy to start a business. How was your journey till now?
Well, it was really interesting. Me and my husband, we were just 23 years when we got married. It was a love marriage, so both were of the same age. Initial few years, I was busy, like with my kids, 3-4 years, and then I also joined this company. I started with looking after the administration, the purchase. At that time, the purchase was very weak. So it was just an ancillary to DHL at that time. So not much focus was done on the purchase side. So I took it as a challenge. Did a lot of backward integration to become more competitive in the market as far as raw material purchasing and sourcing is there. And I just did a lot of search, and I traveled a lot and brought new products from all over the world. So we became very competitive by working on the alternative raw materials and by getting the material from the right sourcing. So that's what I did in the initial stage to become more competitive. Then we worked on various new projects because we thought that diversification is really important to exist. Because we were catering majorly to the, I should say, the foundries, and who were catering to the automobile sector. So if there is anything that goes wrong with the automobile sector, then we are in a soup. So we diversified our product range. We started supplying to the like refractory companies. We started the products we were making. They were being used in the refractory industries, in the grinding industry, in the abrasive industries. Besides the automobile sector. So that diversification helped us in growth. No particular sector, if that sector gets affected, was affecting our growth because we started catering to the other segments where we can supply. So that was a turning point in our the growth of our company.
So diversification we have studied in management, and I am seeing it being followed by you. And now it's among the fastest growing company, of course. It's very good, ma'am. Now, how the company is benefiting the nearby locations, as we used to see that whatever the companies or industries are flourishing in an area, they provide a kind of a help to the nearby locations. So, how the company is benefiting the...
First and foremost, any industry, if you're just starting an industry, it gives a lot of employment.
Yes.
So first benefit is that you are benefiting the nearby villages, nearby areas is by giving them employment. That flourishes that area as a whole.
Yes.
Right, and then comes your CSR activities. With the expansion, with the growth of the company, your CSR activities also grows. So yes, we have taken and adopted a lot many schools here, the girls' schools nearby in the villages, building up their toilets, proper infrastructure for them. And time to time we have been providing the helps, like during the COVID time, lot of oxygen concentrators were distributed to the right people and to the right institutions. Lot of oxygen cylinders were being provided. In fact, at that time, the oxygen cylinders that we were having, we changed, there was a requirement of the change of the regulator, and then it could have been used in the medical purposes. Yeah, so we did that, and we distributed a lot. We provided ambulances, we distributed a lot of rations. So in whatever way, maybe the mass requirement, whatever requirements were coming up, we were trying to fulfill that. So we keep taking these CSR activities as per the requirement of the local area and the local needs. So that's how we are working.
Yes, of course, again, we have heard a lot about CSR is mandatory, and the Forace Polymers, Sonia ma'am is looking after education. Employment, of course, employment helps a family in earning their living, standard of living, plus schools for girls, like Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao Yojana, and they are helping. So, of course, to all our viewers, they are doing really well in CSR sector for the nearby locations. And the next question that I would like to ask you is from CII, ma'am. Like you had been nominated as president of CII. So how you will take up Uttarakhand CII to the next level?
See, CII in general is a very old institution, and it's one of the biggest industrial association, and it works on the zonal basis, it works on the state level, it works on the regional and on the central level. So every level has to contribute in one or the other way. If I'm in a way heading the CII Uttrakhand chapter, so my responsibility is to work hand in hand with the government. CII works largely on the policy making and framing the work plan with the government for the next 2 years or the 5 years. We don't just talk about what is only good for the industry, we talk about the all-inclusive growth of the state as a whole. So when we talk about that, that means we are not just centering to the industry growth, we are talking about the economic growth of the general public of that area. So when I say, when you are asking me how I can take the CII to the next level, by working on the various possibilities and by working on addressing those particular issues which can be helpful in the growth of the state. So we are already had a common meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Pushkar Singh Bhamiji just few days back, and we put up a presentation as to what are the core areas where the government should focus and how the industries can be helped, how we can invite more and more investors in the state, how we can promote the tourism here, what are the areas where we are lacking, how we can focus on that and become a economically more developed state.
It's very nice, man. Taking up to the next level, you have taken the 360-degree growth. That's really very, very nice and awesome to know that you are concentrating on each and every sector, economic growth plus tourism plus everything. So it's really nice to hear it from you. Ma'am, what are your messages to the upcoming generation?
Well, they are very smart, so they don't need any kind of teaching or something like that from the people sitting at this position. But yes, the only thing and the only mantra for successful person is a focused person who knows what he wants from him and from the society at large. Be focused and be a very genuine person who is not only taking from the society but he is a giver also. So it's a complete circle. Keep giving, keep taking, and you will be end up into a nice world.
So the message to the upcoming generation is keep giving and keep taking. Whatever you will give, you will get it back. This is what karma says. And ma'am, it was really nice interviewing you, all the viewers, you can see that ma'am got married. After serving her family and kids for 4 years, she joined her business. Then she looked after the areas where the remedies were required. She helped throughout, she worked on it, and now wherever she is, everyone can see this. She is an inspiration to all the upcoming generations, and I am honored to interview you. I hope that I'll be like you someday. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you Youth News Online for listening to me and for all